My beloved child, come closer and listen to me with the quiet of your heart, not with fear, not with confusion, but with the deep breath of trust you have been learning to take. I know why your heart feels heavy today. I know why the title of this message stirred something inside you before you even read a single word. You did not imagine this moment. You did not arrive here by accident. I have seen the way you have been loving in silence, hoping in patience, and enduring questions that no one else hears at night when the world is quiet and your thoughts are loud. I want you to know first, before anything else settles into your spirit, that my love for you is not divided, not delayed, and not confused. I love you with a love that does not hesitate, a love that does not look over its shoulder, a love that does not keep records of how long you waited or how many tears you shed. I loved you before this situation formed. I loved you while you were praying for clarity. I love you now as you sit with both hope and ache in the same breath. Yes, it is true that He loves you. I have seen the sincerity of His feelings, the way His heart turns toward you when He is honest with Himself, the way your presence awakens something gentle and real inside Him. His affection for you is not false, not imagined, not something you created out of longing. It exists. It is real. And you are not wrong for feeling it, for responding to it, for believing it could become something more. But I also know the part that hurts you to hear, the part you wish you could skip past, the truth that presses against your chest. Her presence has not fully released him yet. Not because you are lacking. Not because you are second best. Not because I am testing you cruelly. There are ties that linger not out of love, but out of habit, fear, guilt, and unresolved chapters. There are connections that remain alive simply because they were never properly laid to rest. I see the confusion this creates inside you. One moment you feel chosen, seen, cherished. The next moment you feel paused, waiting, unsure. This tension is not a sign that you are weak. It is a sign that you are human and that your heart is open. But I do not want you to confuse waiting with shrinking, or patience with self-abandonment. Hear me clearly, my child. You were never meant to compete with another woman's shadow. You were never designed to stand in the background while someone figures out whether they are ready to step fully into the light with you. You are not a placeholder. You are not a lesson. You are not a distraction while someone heals elsewhere. At the same time, I am asking you not to harden your heart or rush to conclusions. There is a process unfolding that you cannot fully see yet. He is standing at a crossroads within himself, and crossroads are uncomfortable places. They force truth to rise. They strip away excuses. They demand a decision. And decisions made under pressure reveal what truly matters. I am not silent in this season. Even when you feel unanswered, I am working in spaces you cannot reach. I am loosening what was once tightly bound. I am exposing what can no longer be ignored. I am allowing discomfort so that clarity can be born. But I will never ask you to sacrifice your worth while waiting for someone else to choose courage. I know you wonder if loving patiently means tolerating uncertainty. I know you ask yourself if faith means staying even when it hurts. Listen to me. Faith does not mean enduring what diminishes you. Love does not require you to accept half availability. Waiting on me is not the same as waiting on someone who has not yet decided to fully show up. you are allowed to have boundaries even while believing in miracles. You are allowed to rest your heart without closing it. You are allowed to say, I trust God, without saying, I will disappear for someone else's comfort. I am shaping you in this season, not to make you quieter, but to make you clearer. Clear about what you deserve. Clear about what you will no longer chase. Clear about the difference between potential and readiness. You are learning discernment, and that is a gift that will protect you long after this moment passes. Do not measure your value by how quickly someone resolves their past. Do not measure your future by someone else's fear of letting go. I am not delayed by human hesitation. I am not limited by emotional entanglements. When I align two hearts fully, I do not leave one of them half attached elsewhere. If he is meant to walk toward you, he will do so with integrity, not confusion. With presence, not excuses. With freedom, not lingering bonds. I will not bring you a love that requires you to constantly wonder where you stand. I will not bless you with a union that asks you to betray your own peace. I know you are tired of hearing "be patient" without understanding why patience is required. This is not punishment. This is preparation. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between being desired and being chosen. Between being loved and being available. Between words that soothe and actions that build. There will come a moment, and it will not be subtle, when clarity replaces uncertainty. Either he will release what no longer belongs in his future and step forward with a whole heart, or I will gently but firmly redirect your path toward a love that does not hesitate when it sees you. Either way, you will not lose. You will not be left behind. You will not regret trusting me. Until then, guard your heart without closing it. Speak honestly without begging. Love deeply without abandoning yourself. Let me carry the weight of outcomes while you carry only what is yours to carry. You are not responsible for someone else's healing timeline. You are responsible for honoring the way I have created you. I am close to you in this season, closer than you think. When you feel the ache rise unexpectedly, that is not weakness, it is your heart stretching toward truth. When you feel peace return after tears, that is me reminding you that you are held. When you feel the quiet strength to step back and breathe, that is wisdom growing inside you. Trust me with what you cannot control. Trust yourself with what you can. I have not forgotten you. I am not testing your endurance for no reason. I am guiding you toward a love that meets you in the open, not one that asks you to wait in the shadows. Stay soft, my beloved. Stay discerning. Stay rooted in who you are. What is meant for you will not require you to lose yourself to receive it. My beloved child, let me continue speaking gently into the place you are holding together so quietly. I see how composed you appear on the outside while inside you are negotiating hope and restraint, faith and fatigue. I see the pauses before you respond, the prayers you whisper instead of sending messages, the strength it takes to remain kind when clarity feels delayed. None of this is invisible to me. I want you to understand something deeper now. Sometimes a heart does not struggle because it lacks love, but because it fears the cost of truth. Releasing someone from the past is not always about choosing another person, it is often about facing oneself. It means admitting what no longer works. Accepting responsibility for unfinished endings, and stepping into a future without familiar crutches. That kind of honesty can feel frightening, even to someone who cares deeply for you. But hear me clearly again, his internal struggle is not your burden to carry. Compassion does not mean absorbing confusion. Empathy does not mean postponing your own peace indefinitely. You are allowed to step back emotionally without stepping away spiritually. You are allowed to trust me without clinging to outcomes. There is a sacred difference between waiting with purpose and waiting out of fear. Purposeful waiting keeps you whole. Fear-based waiting slowly erodes your joy. I am calling you into the first, not the second. I am not asking you to freeze your life or mute your heart. I am asking you to stay aligned with truth, even when truth feels uncomfortable. You may notice that in this season, I am strengthening your intuition. You sense when something is sincere and when something is unfinished. You feel the moments of connection, and you also feel the moments of withdrawal. Do not dismiss these impressions. I place that awareness within you not to torment you, but to guide you. I know there are days you wonder if stepping away emotionally might make you lose him. But my child, what is truly meant for you will not be lost by healthy distance. If anything, distance reveals reality. It brings forward what is genuine and allows what is uncertain to show itself honestly. You do not lose love by honoring yourself. You only lose illusions. I am not asking you to confront him in anger or demand answers fueled by anxiety. I am asking you to stay grounded, to speak only when peace leads your words, not fear. Silence, when guided by wisdom, can be more powerful than constant reassurance seeking. It allows space for conviction to grow where pressure never could. Do not mistake calm for disinterest. Do not mistake boundaries for withdrawal. You are not becoming colder, you are becoming clearer. And clarity is kindness, to yourself and to others. There is also something I want to heal in you during this waiting. I want to gently untangle the belief that love must always involve longing or struggle to be meaningful. I want you to experience a love that feels steady, safe, and mutual. Not one that keeps you guessing your place. Not one that requires you to interpret signs instead of receiving certainty. I am reshaping your expectations, not lowering them. I am teaching you to recognize peace as a sign of alignment, not boredom. When the right love stands before you fully free, you will not need constant reassurance. Your heart will rest without effort. If his heart becomes free and he steps toward you with integrity, you will recognize it immediately. There will be no mixed signals, no hidden hesitations. No lingering attachments. Love that is ready does not arrive quietly or halfway. It arrives with clarity, and if that does not happen, do not fear the redirection. Redirection is not rejection. It is protection. I have not invested this much growth in you to leave you stranded in uncertainty. I am guiding you towards something that honors the depth of your heart. For now, stay present. Stay prayerful. Stay honest with yourself. Do not rush the ending or force the beginning. Let me complete what I am doing in both hearts. Trust that I am capable of handling timelines without losing you in the process. I am holding you in this moment. You are not forgotten between chapters. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more grounded than you realize. Continue walking with me. The path will soon make sense, my beloved child. I know the quiet questions that rise when the night stretches on a little too long. I know how your mind revisits every word, every pause, every unspoken feeling, searching for meaning, searching for reassurance. Come, rest those thoughts in me for a moment. You were never meant to carry them alone. There is something sacred happening in you right now. You are learning how to remain loving without losing yourself. This is not an easy lesson, and it does not come without moments of ache. But it is shaping you into someone who can receive a love that is whole, not fractured by uncertainty. I am preparing you not just for relationship, but for peace within relationship. You may feel at times that you are standing still while everything else moves forward. But stillness is not stagnation when I am present. In stillness, roots grow deeper. In stillness, discernment sharpens. In stillness, you learn to hear my voice more clearly than the noise of fear or anticipation. I want you to notice how your heart responds when you imagine being fully chosen. There is a calm there, not anxiety. That calm is your compass. Whenever you feel yourself drifting into self-doubt or comparison, return to that feeling. It is how alignment feels. Love that belongs to you will feel like home. Not like a test you must pass. You have been asking me silently, should I hold on, or should I let go? And I want to answer you gently. Right now, I am not asking you to do either in finality. I am asking you to loosen your grip. Holding too tightly creates pressure. Letting go too abruptly can wound. Loosening allows me to move freely. When you loosen your grip, you create space for truth to emerge without force. You allow actions to speak louder than promises. You give yourself permission to observe rather than assume. This posture keeps your heart open but protected, hopeful but grounded. You are not wrong for wanting certainty. You are not needy for desiring clarity. These are healthy desires. But clarity is not something you must chase. It is something that arrives when readiness meets honesty. If someone cannot offer it yet, that tells you something important, not about your worth, but about their capacity in this moment. Please remember this: you do not need to prove how patient, understanding, or loving you can be to earn a secure place in someone's life. Secure love does not require auditions. It recognizes you without negotiation. I am also inviting you to release the subtle habit of self-blame. When things feel delayed, you wonder if you said too much or too little, if you were too open or too guarded. My child, love that is right for you will not be undone by authenticity. It will be strengthened by it. If there are days when you feel the pull to step back and focus on your own healing, follow that nudge. It is not avoidance, it is alignment. Pour into the parts of your life that remind you who you are beyond waiting, your purpose, your joy, your creativity, your rest. These are not distractions, they are anchors. As you do this, something important will shift. Either his heart will rise to meet you with clarity and freedom, or your heart will naturally detach from what cannot meet you fully. Both outcomes lead you closer to peace. Neither requires force. Trust that I am not wasting this season. Every tear you restrained, every boundary you honored, every prayer you whispered is forming a foundation you will one day stand on with gratitude. You will look back and see how this moment refined you rather than broke you. Stay gentle with yourself. Stay honest with me. I am walking beside you, step by step. What is coming will make sense of what you endured. My beloved child, let me go a little deeper with you now, because your heart is ready to hear what once would have felt too heavy. I know there are moments when you wonder if you are being asked to wait endlessly, as if your life is on pause while someone else sorts through their emotions. That fear touches old wounds inside you, the fear of being overlooked, the fear of giving more than you receive, the fear that love might slip away while you are trying to do the right thing. I want to speak peace into those places. I am not a God who keeps his children suspended in uncertainty without purpose. I am not asking you to sacrifice your future on the altar of someone else's indecision. There is a limit to waiting, and that limit is not marked by time, but by truth. When waiting begins to cost you your sense of self, your joy, your inner stability, that is when wisdom invites you to pause and listen more closely to me. You are not here to convince anyone of your value. You are not here to soften yourself so someone else can feel comfortable staying unresolved. Love that is worthy of you will rise to meet your wholeness, not ask you to dim it. I know there are moments when he reaches out and your heart lifts, and moments when silence follows and your heart sinks. This emotional rhythm can quietly train you to live on anticipation instead of peace. I do not want that for you. I want you anchored, not swayed. Loved, not waiting to be chosen again each day. This is why I am teaching you to respond rather than react. To observe rather than chase. To remain kind without overextending. These are not walls, they are wisdom. They protect your heart while leaving room for truth to reveal itself. You may feel guilty when you pull back a little, as if you are being unloving or impatient. Release that guilt. Self-respect is not selfishness. Emotional maturity includes knowing when to pause and let someone else do their own work. You are not responsible for fixing what you did not break. I want you to know something important about love that is truly aligned with my will. It does not leave you constantly guessing. It does not make you feel anxious about your place. It does not require you to interpret breadcrumbs of attention. It arrives with consistency, clarity, and courage. If he chooses to fully release her and step forward, it will not happen quietly or ambiguously. You will feel a shift, not just hear promises. His actions will match his words. His presence will feel steady instead of sporadic. You will not need to ask where you stand, and if that does not happen, do not let sorrow convince you that you lost something irreplaceable. What cannot choose you fully cannot keep you whole. I will never let you miss what is truly meant for you by honoring yourself. I am also preparing you for something beautiful, the moment when you realize you are okay regardless of the outcome. That moment is powerful. It does not mean you stop caring, it means you stop clinging. It is the moment your heart becomes free even before circumstances change. Freedom does not always come through resolution. Sometimes it comes through clarity within yourself. When you reach that place, you will notice that fear loosens its grip. Hope becomes calmer. Love becomes lighter. Let me remind you again, you are deeply loved, by me first and always. Your story is not defined by this waiting, but refined by it. You are becoming someone who will recognize real love immediately because you have learned what uncertainty feels like. Stay with me a little longer in this process. Not because I want you to suffer, but because I am finishing something important in you. When this chapter turns, you will step forward stronger, wiser, and more at peace than you were before. I am holding your heart carefully. Trust me with it, my beloved child. Come and rest here with me as I speak these final words into your heart, not as an ending of hope, but as the sealing of truth and peace within you. You have walked through this message with courage, even when parts of it trembled inside you. That tells me how deeply you love, and how earnestly you seek what is real. I want you to leave this moment knowing this with certainty: your future is not fragile. It is not hanging by someone else's hesitation. It is not delayed beyond my reach. What is meant for you is held firmly in my hands, and nothing confused or unfinished can take it from you. There will come a time, sooner than you think, when you will no longer need to ask whether you are loved, chosen, or enough. The right love will not make you question your place. It will not awaken anxiety or insecurity. It will feel natural, mutual, and grounded. You will recognize it by the peace it brings, not the intensity of longing it creates. If he releases her fully and walks toward you with truth, he will come differently than before. There will be no half steps. No hidden ties. No emotional distance masked by affection. You will not have to remind him of your value or wonder where you stand. He will meet you openly, ready, and free, and if that does not happen, hear me gently now: you will not be broken by it. You will not be diminished. You will not look back and wish you had given more. You gave enough. You loved sincerely. You honored your heart. That is never wasted. I am not taking anything away from you without preparing something better aligned with who you are becoming. Sometimes what feels like loss is actually release. Sometimes what feels like waiting is actually protection. I see paths you cannot yet see, and I promise you this: peace is ahead of you. From this moment forward, let your heart breathe again. Release the need to monitor signs. Release the habit of bracing for disappointment. Live fully in the present I have given you. Joy is not something you must postpone until everything resolves. It is something you are allowed to receive now. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are becoming steady, whole, and deeply rooted in truth. That version of you will attract a love that recognizes your worth without hesitation. Carry this knowing with you: you do not need to chase what is meant to walk toward you freely. You do not need to fight for what is aligned with me. What is yours will arrive with clarity and peace. I am proud of you. I am close to you. And I am guiding you forward, step by step, into a future where love feels safe, chosen. Amen.